Alright, what is up guys? It's Super here and welcome back to another Injustice 2 video. And it's time for a Q&A. It's been like a month since I've actually done a proper Q&A. So I have a lot of just general questions, more so than regular questions, because I do have some regular questions from the comment section, but they are very old. So I have no idea what I'm getting myself into with those questions. There might even still be talks of DLC in those, who knows? But here we go. If you guys do enjoy, by the way, the Q&A videos, leave a like rating. It's always appreciated. All right, let's start off with a couple of just some general questions that I always get asked. Or maybe not always, but I guess more so now. It's just a lot of people have asked me, so it's hard to just pick one person to give a shout out to. All right, so let's start off here with how disappointed are you that Injustice 2 will no longer get DLC characters? I'm actually very disappointed, but not necessarily in like a really bad way. You know what I mean? Because at this point, almost a year into the game's life cycle, we sort of know the song and dance with NetherRealm, right? Like, I think a lot of us who have played many NetherRealm titles, at least two, you know, like I played MK9 back in 2011 when it came out, and I knew that Injustice 2 came out a year after, and then of course I got into NRS games and fighting games again with the release of Mortal Kombat X, and then of course Injustice 2 came out. So, you know, of course I did the research. You know, as a YouTuber, you got to know everything about these things, so you understand the cycle, the development cycle and the release cycle, DLC cycle of, you know, the company that, you know, your main fighting game is doing. So of course I knew that NetherRealm has had a 2-year life cycle since WB you know, created NetherRealm Studios. So I saw this coming, and I think a lot of you guys did too, but the thing that threw me off was Ed Boon talking about supporting the game with DLC characters and stuff like that well into 2018, which, you know, caught me off guard because of course the last DLC was in February, right? Turtles came out in February, so that was the last DLC. That's definitely not well into 2018. So as far as like being disappointed, yeah, I am, just because I really wanted some new content for the game to keep it fresh. But the fact that we have, you know, 38 characters, 41 if you count the Ninja Turtles as 4, is really something special, and the roster has a lot of variety. You know, I made a whole video talking about the roster, so I'll leave that linked in the description if you guys want to check it out. But yeah, I am disappointed, but not necessarily in like, oh man, this is bullshit. Like for MK11, I was really disappointed because I thought we were gonna get some more DLC characters, but it was just, I don't know, I was obsessed with that game a lot more than Injustice 2, so I'm kind of like okay with it with Injustice 2. Alright, next question here. Is Dragon Ball FighterZ your favorite fighting game now? No, I think Marvel vs. Capcom 2 will always be my favorite fighting game of all time, no matter what. Followed by probably like UMK3 and then MKX, just because it's a game that got me started with fighting games again and, you know, was successful on YouTube. So those 3 games will probably always be my favorites of all time. But Dragon Ball FighterZ is... oh, I can't even like explain to you guys how I feel when I play that game. Like being able to actually play a 2D fighter and control these characters that I grew up watching and doing their special moves and feeling like, you know, doing these crazy combos, and how smooth the gameplay looks and how amazing the animation, the graphics are, the art style. It's just, seriously, like I say this all the time, this Dragon Ball FighterZ is a dream game for Dragon Ball fans and fighting game fans. Like, this game is a dream game. Games like this don't come around too often. And it's crazy how much I love Dragon Ball FighterZ. Like, literally, I spend so much time just in training mode, just like messing around, learning these different characters. Really reminds me of what I went through with MKX. Like, I hold MKX near and dear to my heart because it was so much fun just for me to sit in training mode and do different combos and like mess around with different characters. So Dragon Ball FighterZ has brought that back for me, and that's why I've been playing the hell out of it. And regardless of you know, Injustice or NetherRealm games like having been my main game, I'm gonna keep playing Dragon Ball FighterZ as much as I can. Actually, I'm gonna be playing it a lot. There's gonna be DLC content throughout the year. You know, the way Arc System works on their games, there's probably gonna be like a year and a half life cycle for this game with all the DLC content, and then I think they release a new version of that game, like for Guilty Gear and stuff, basing what's going to happen with you know, from their previous history with like Guilty Gear. You know, we could definitely expect Dragon Ball FighterZ to get a ton of updates in the near future, or in the distant future, near future, everything. And of course, Broly's going to be coming out as a DLC character soon. He's my favorite Dragon Ball character of all time, so I can't wait. Let's see, when do you think we'll get the announcement for MK11? I think it's going to be coming early June is probably my prediction. We might get teases a little bit earlier, but I would say early June is when the announcement has been released and revealed for the majority of the NetherRealm games. I know the game will probably be playable at E3. I think E3 is from June 14th through the... It's like somewhere around there, like June 14th, 13th, somewhere around there it starts. So I know it's going to be playable at E3 just because every NetherRealm game is always playable the year before it's released. So I expect the announcement early June, maybe around June 4th, somewhere around there. I think June 4th was actually the date in which Injustice 2 was announced, like first revealed with the trailer. Actually, you know what? The trailers might come out around there. The announcement might come out before that because, of course, you know, they might announce, oh, hey guys, by the way, we're working on MK11. Expect a trailer at some point very soon. You know, the announcement might come before June, but I think like the first reveal trailer will come out early June. And I cannot wait. All right, let's move on here. Where am I? Oh, here we go. People always ask me if I stream, right? So one of the questions is if I stream. Yes, I do stream. Not as often as I should, just because like streaming takes a lot out of me. Like that's why I have so much respect for full-time streamers, because you have to be on, baby. You have to be like entertaining. You have to be on for as many hours as you're gonna stream, and doing that every single day. I'm like, these guys are working their asses off. Not only that, but some people who stream like very often, like full-time-ish, also create content on YouTube. Damn, those guys are like even further. So I have to get at that point where you know, stream really consistently, because that's how you grow on a specific platform. Like YouTube, you guys know you could expect at least 2 videos from me every single day. Like at least 1 video from me every single day. So you guys know, like, oh hey, you know, whenever I get off work or whenever, you know, I'm bored, maybe I'm taking a crap or something, I'm gonna watch one of Super's videos while I'm here sitting on the can for about 5 minutes. So you guys know to expect some content from me. And being inconsistent on a platform like Twitch, when there's so many options, there's no way that you're gonna grow as much as you potentially could. So I need to get on that. Something really important. Staying consistent with something is gonna get you success. So yeah, my streaming channel will be linked in the description. It's called lsuper_ or twitch.tv/lsuper_. Let's see. All right, so oh, here's a question that I get asked a lot. Are you getting bored of playing Injustice 2 since you seem to be playing way more Dragon Ball FighterZ? And I get this more so on stream, because you guys on YouTube always watch my Injustice 2 videos. Like you guys see, I upload an Injustice 2 video pretty much every day. So on stream though, I have not streamed Injustice 2 since the Turtles came out, and I have been streaming a lot of Dragon Ball FighterZ. The reason is because Dragon Ball FighterZ is a new game. I mean, Injustice 2 has been out for almost a year. Dragon Ball FighterZ came out in January. So a new game that's like a dream game to me, why would I play anything else? Answer that question. That's a pretty self-explanatory answer. Like, if this game is a year old, not saying that the game is bad or like I'm bored of the game, it has nothing to do with the game. It's just Dragon Ball FighterZ is a brand new game that just came out, that is like a dream come true, and I want to play it as much as I can. That's pretty much it. It has nothing to do with Injustice 2. I just want to play Dragon Ball FighterZ. When are we getting... Oh, I already answered that one, right? Oh, no. Here's another question. Are we getting a 4-in-1 character in MK11 since we got TMNT and Triborg? So a lot of people, you know, are starting to think that NetherRealm is going to have a DLC character that's going to be 4-in-1, similar to Triborg and the Ninja Turtles. They've done it back-to-back years. But I think the difference between those games and possibly MK11 is that it has to make sense. You know what I mean? Like, there has to be a purpose for having 4 characters in one DLC pack, or 4 characters in one. Like Triborg, it was genius. Like, whoever came up with the idea of having all 4 robots be one robot and having the variation system work perfectly with that, man, that person deserves all the praise, because Triborg was a genius idea. And then of course you had the Ninja Turtles come along, which is another genius idea as far as having variety, because each of the Ninja Turtles, although they had a lot of the same normals, they play very different from each other. So it has to make sense. Unless they do Triborg again, which I don't think. I think if they bring back a robot or robots in MK11, they're going to be on the main roster, because NetherRealm has a tendency of not having returning DLC characters be DLC characters again. You know what I mean? Like, they'll have returning DLC characters be on the main roster, but they won't have DLC characters be DLC characters again, unless it's like maybe like Goro's pre-order bonus, something like that. You know what I mean? Like, unless it's something like that, I don't think they're gonna bring back Triborg for DLC with being all 4 robots. But if something makes sense in MK11 to make it into 4 characters in one, they'll definitely take advantage of that, because it's really smart. All right, here are some questions from the comments section from a while ago. Snow asked, how would you feel about a classic horror character made into Mortal Kombat 11, like Wolfman or Creature from Black Lagoon? Who would you choose out of all the classic horror characters to be DLC? Man, that is a tough question. That is a very tough question, but I think I would choose like Frankenstein's monster. Like, just seeing Frankenstein's monster and how they would make him look be probably ultra realistic, like MK11 is going to be. Because of course Injustice 2 had that ultra realistic approach to it. Man, Frankenstein's monster would be like gigantic on the screen. He would be, you know, kind of slow, but he would be very, very powerful. I think Frankenstein's monster is something I would love to see from like a classic horror character be implemented into MK11. Just imagine what would his like fatalities be like? It would be pretty gruesome, like him squishing your head or something. I don't know. Lil Pump asks, how old are you? I am 27. I'll be 28 in May. Maria asks, will Enchantress and Harley, Deadshot and Joker, will they have epic Suicide Squad gear? I have no idea. I don't think so. I know we're going to get new gear for characters with this Legendary Edition patch of Injustice 2 on March 27. I know we're going to get new gear, but I don't think we're going to get Suicide Squad gear, because the whole thing with gear is, and they've mentioned this, and why they don't have Suicide Squad gear or, you know, specific gear, is because the gear, whenever they implement something, it has to match with the other pieces of gear around it. And the Suicide Squad would definitely match with like a character like Harley, because she has crazy gear. But the Suicide Squad Joker would not match with a lot of the Joker, you know, a lot of what Joker wears. And the same thing with, well, Deadshot Suicide Squad pretty much looks like the Injustice Suicide Squad, excluding a couple features on the mask. But I see where you're coming from. I would love a Suicide Squad gear for a lot of these different characters. Master Roshi asks, who are your favorite characters and who have the most powerful combos? I'm assuming he means Injustice 2 because this is Injustice 2 Q&A. The most powerful combos would probably be the Flash. In his Speed Force, he could easily get 600 plus damage in the corner with his Speed Force. And as far as like the most powerful characters, I don't know, there's a lot of really strong characters. Characters like Black Adam are amazing. Characters like Supergirl is still pretty good. Black Manta, you know, we've seen Sonic Fox and a lot of different people show off the crazy like range of Black Manta's jump 3 and like pressuring with him. There's a lot of very powerful characters, but I would probably say like the potential that Flash has with his Speed Force combos is crazy. So he probably has the most damaging combos, like consistent damaging combos that are practical. Last question here from Alex. What variation do you hate the most in MKXL? Variation I hate playing the most. Playing versus the most, I think. Variation do you hate the most to play? Oh, do I hate the most to play? Probably like... oh, I know. The Spec Ops Cassie, right? Is it Spec Ops Cassie? Spec Ops Cassie. The Cassie cage, it's been a while since I've played MKX, but the Cassie variations where she calls in missiles, I hated playing that variation. Whenever I got that variation in random character select, I didn't even want to play with the character. I was just like, there was one video that I made a while ago where I was so salty that I got that variation in back-to-back random character select matches that the second one I was just like, just please kill me. Like, I was getting beat at the end. I had like maybe 40% left. I just sat there. I'm just like, just beat my ass, please. Please, just get it over with already. I think, yeah, Spec Ops Cassie, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. That is my most hated variation to play in MKX. So that's going to do it for today's Q&A video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave any questions in the comment section if you guys want to be featured in a future Q&A. And I will see you guys next time. What's going on? It's Super here, and thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you guys subscribed if you are not already. Also, check out any of these videos linked at the top. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.